You wanted the best, well, they retired. So you got two dudes in a garage.
Talking KISS.
Welcome to the Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric Podcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Rocco.
Yes, you are. Welcome to our version of As the KISS World Turns, where we discuss KISS current events, rumors, news, and interviews with current and past members. Strap in, crank it up, and let's talk KISS. Good afternoon, Father Rocco. How are you today?
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. I dedicate that one to Ace.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Ace Frehley's funeral is today. It is in New York City. It is happening currently, and it doesn't really matter where the location is because it's happening today. But I thought this was interesting. Late last night, I saw photos of both Paul and Gene leaving LAX for New York. So at least to me, I was questioning whether they would actually show up for the funeral or not. And all signs point to the fact that they will be showing up at the funeral, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. It's a shame to have to think that. I mean, they've had so much drama throughout the years, but they've also showed each other love at times too. So I would have been surprised. I honestly would have been, maybe I'm, in the stars or whatever, but I would have been surprised if they didn't show up.
We're getting old.
Right.
And people change when they get old. And I've been reflecting on things since Ace died. And I was thinking about this last night, and I was wondering, do us, the fans, do we not understand the relationship between the four of them? Like, because every time I think I know what it is, one of them does something or says something that's completely opposite of what I think, to the point where Ace dies and I'm questioning to myself, will Paul and Gene fly across the country to go to the funeral?
Well, I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
But I feel like an idiot for that now.
Yeah, you know what though? I forget who it was. We did an episode a long time ago, and there was a guy in a band. I don't even remember the band, but it was appropriate. He said bands are like marriages.
Oh my God,
right?
that comment's been made 100 times, if not more.
But if you think about it, right? You just made a comment about how much do we really know these guys? And you know something? I was married before. You were married before. There are things that people see on the outside of a marriage that may look like something's going on, but the only people that really know what's going on in that marriage are the people involved.
The Hooligans have an entire tribute episode on Ace that premiered on our YouTube channel and all audio podcast platforms on October 31st. So if you're interested in that full episode dedicated 100% to the man and the music, please check that out. Now, on to some better news. Did you happen to see the upcoming release of the Dress to Kill box set that is scheduled to be out on October 24th?
I've heard about it. I didn't see it yet, but I think you know somebody that's like one of their favorite album covers.
Oh, does that mean you're going to buy it?
It's a possibility. I mean, it's a good album.
Okay, well, that's great that you're going to buy it. I'm going to help you out right now.
Oh, I could always use a little help.
Because, of course, we're talking about KISS. So you have options. Are you ready for your options? Would you like me to start your options from the least expensive or from the most expensive?
Wait, are you telling me I can get something on clearance?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's clearance, all right.
Yeah, hit me. What do you got?
All right, I'm going to start with the least expensive. The Dress to Kill 50th Anniversary Premium Color Vinyl Limited Edition plus Rock and Roll All Night Single Sweatshirt, $98.98.
You know what? Move that decimal point and I'm all over it.
If they move that, well, we're going to move the decimal point. It's going to go higher.
I'm saying 998.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're talking about KISS now. Next up, I will tell you this ahead of time. This package is sold out. It is the Dress to Kill 50th Anniversary Deluxe Picture Disc Limited Edition plus Rock and Roll All Night single sweatshirt. $197.98.
I was going to say that's got to be bucks.
But it's sold out, so it doesn't matter. Next up, the Dress to Kill 50th Anniversary Super Deluxe 5 CD plus Blu-ray audio plus Dress to Kill since 1975 t-shirt, $287.98. And finally, the one that I want you to buy for my birthday, the Dress to Kill Super Deluxe 8LP plus Blu-ray audio plus Dress to Kill since 1975 t-shirt, all for the low, low price of $400.48. No?
Yeah, it's a little much. A little too rich for my blood there.
If you're a fan of Dress to Kill and you're a hooligan and you're listening to us or you're watching us, just be advised there's other assorted Dress to Kill things that they have available in case you are interested. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
know
heard-
that everybody in the world wants a Dress to Kill souvenir baseball bat for $25.
I heard that they're giving away. They're selling Bill of Coin suits.
I was just gonna say when you said given away, that ain't the real KISS. They don't give things away. So that's that for the Dress to Kill box set. For all you collectors out there, knock yourself out. Personally, I have a feeling I'll be listening to it on streaming, and I won't have something else in my world that collects dust and takes up space, but to each their own. Next up, KISS Kruise Landlocked pre-party change of plans. I thought this was the single coolest thing that I heard. We talked last week about Creatures Fest and KISS Army Spain getting together and doing that pre-party on Thursday night at the Virgin Hotel. We got tickets for it. We got the cheap guy tickets, but we got tickets for it. And I saw a video, I think from Creatures Fest, after Ace had passed away. I thought it was pretty cool, and they did it pretty quick. Creatures Fest has spun and changed what they were gonna do, and the way they put it is it's going to be very much an Ace tribute. Now, they didn't specifically say what they were gonna do, but it's fan run, so I have faith that they will 100% do the right thing. And one of the things that they asked all of us is that everybody wears an Ace Frehley shirt, which I think is a cool idea, actually.
Yeah, I do too. And you know what? I I prefer that Ace Frehley was actually there in person and alive, but I guarantee you his spirit will be there because there's gonna be a lot of love for Ace. There's gonna be a lot of love for Ace there. Not that there wouldn't be anyway, but I'm just saying, like, everybody involved, from the members of the band to everybody involved, period. It's going to be like an Ace Fest, Ace Cruise thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think no matter what anybody does or says, that is going to be a weekend of remembering Ace Frehley.
And you know something? I'm going to just make a reference. I mean, I don't know. You would be the only person to really know how it applies, but when I lost my pop, you found the legacy of a person by all the people that showed love and let me know how important he was to them. And the mark of a man, I mean, you think about the legacy. There's reasons to be sad, but there's also reasons to have a lot of pride because Ace touched so many people.
A lot of people. More, I can honestly tell you, More people than I expected.
In my opinion, overall, he lived a charmed life and he had a lot of love.
It's incumbent upon us and I mean, by us, I mean all of us.
Absolutely.
Every KISS fan, every Ace Frehley fan, every hooligan, to keep that alive and keep handing it down. It's always said, when a musician dies, the music never dies.
Right. And you know what? We have a connection when it comes to Ace, when it comes to Kiss. The hooligans out there, like that saying they have on the back of the shirt and that song that they made, We Are One, it's one of my favorite Kiss songs all time because of the meaning of it. And this ain't bullshit. Like, we are one. That's what we did this in the beginning for because there's a lot of us out there and this is a big community. And when somebody that you lose, somebody that meant so much to so many people, when you lose him, it takes the community to stick together and celebrate that person.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're doing a good job of it right now, but we're not doing a great job. People are lashing out at Paul and Gene, and I think
Yeah.
that was to be expected. I just hope that it's over quick.
Yeah.
And, somebody brought up on social media this morning that this is the last time that the four of them will ever be together. And I thought that was pretty powerful.
Yeah, that when you say it like that, man, that really hits.
Which brings us into, I don't know how much we want to get into this. I don't even know how much we're prepared to get into this. But I'm gonna ask this question, and I asked it in the tribute video, but I'm gonna ask it again. What do you think the proper tribute would be for Kiss Cruise Landlocked? I mean, you don't think that Pop House, Gene, Paul, Doc McGee are gonna go into this thing now and try to make like it didn't happen, right? Like,
No,
they're not gonna
that's not
do that.
happening. Listen, Doc is a businessman, but he's not stupid. No, no, that there's no way, shape, and form that there's too many people that care about Ace all around there to allow them not to acknowledge it and not to celebrate. Again, when you have a choice of like putting your head in the sand and being sad and being miserable, or celebrating this man that touched so many people.
For you, what would be a proper tribute? Like, you want big? Are you okay with small? Are you okay with them if they don't do anything?
I'm not okay if they don't do anything. I honestly, I would love to for them to find some kind of way to help it be part of a healing with the Monique and with all of Ace's family. Like, I would love for it to have something where they're just kind of helping heal Ace's family with this in the celebration. Like, somehow they're able to be some kind of a part of it to where it's kind of a helping pass the torch and kind of just like getting some closure and just thinking of Ace and in a better place. At some point everybody walks that plank. Everybody. Nobody's immune. If you really think about it, they're not, maybe not in places that they'd admit it. Think about the ride that they had, the four of them. And now
Oh,
all of a
yeah.
sudden, Gene and Paul, specifically Gene, Paul, and Peter. Peter already showed his heart for the most part, more than anybody, but more than any of the members. But all of a sudden, you can fight with somebody. The worst thing you can have is like when you're battling somebody, and all of a sudden they can't answer back anymore. And then it really hits home what that person has meant to them. I would think that both of them are broken up a hell of a lot more than they even show.
I would agree with that. And I have a feeling that from this point on, it'll be a love fest.
Yeah,
I really hope it's a love
I
fest.
do too.
I've given this a little bit of thought, not a lot of thought, but I have given it a little bit of thought. And I think as long as they do something, at least personally for me, it'll be okay with me. I don't think it has to be a big, huge thing. but I do think it has to be some kind of symbolism.
There's
If you break KISS down and you think about it, KISS is a band that was built on symbols. The iconic KISS sign, probably the single most iconic musical logo. Symbolism is a large part of KISS story.
Mhm.
The makeup designs are symbolism. If you think about it, and you have to think about it, but if you think about it, spitting blood is a symbol.
Mhm.
Spitting fire is a symbol. Smoking a guitar is a symbol. It's all
Yep.
symbolism. So to me, putting Ace's Les Paul on stage with them when they
Mhm.
do their electric set would go a long way. I think at the very minimum, putting that guitar on a guitar stand for the show would be enough for me.
There's something that you say at the end of our that you've been saying at the end of our podcast episodes that I don't think I've ever talked to you about it, but I feel like it's extremely appropriate and it serves a purpose for what I'm about to say. As long as they lead with their heart, it'll be done well. This is the time for them to say all the bullshit's gone. All the bullshit's gone.
Yeah, it should be.
Unfortunately, it happens when somebody passes, but yeah, it's time for that shit. I mean, we just seen that one of our superheroes is vulnerable. We just seen that he's not invincible. And I know I sound like a little 9-year-old kid, but this band has kept me a 9-year-old kid my entire life.
I have a feeling I'd be a 9-year-old kid anyway, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm
All
sorry, my
right.
sensibilities are showing. So I mean,
Yeah. Our last thing, let's end on a little happier note if possible. So I was looking around YouTube, of course, and I found a very good. I was aware of this channel. It's the Audio Mover YouTube channel, and I saw the 4 solo albums, picture of the 4 solo albums. So I'm visual, so the thumbnail got me, and I clicked on it, and then I read the description in the opening, and I'll read the description to you.
okay.
The description says Robert John Hadfield dives into one of the wildest moments in KISS history, the day the biggest band in the world decided to split 4 ways. On September 18th, 1978, KISS released 4 solo albums on the exact same day, one for each member: Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss. It was an ambitious, risky, and downright bizarre move that still sparks debate decades later. Now, if you don't know the Audio Mover, he is a big KISS fan and does great, great stuff. But, and there's always a but, and isn't there always a but? I just
Yeah.
don't agree with some of this. The idea is that the band did the solo albums as a money grab, and I can't agree. I mean, maybe Bill Aucoin and Neil Bogart were looking at it as a money grab, but I believe for the band, it was an ego grab. Father Rocco,
Mm.
what say you?
I believe that I mean, it's come out many times. I believe that they were trying to save the band at that point. I mean, it's no secret that Gene and Paul knew how important Ace was, and I think that they were trying to find some kind of way for him to get something out of his system to save them. So I think that there was some desperation. I think there's a lot of layers to it. I think there was some desperation in why they did it. Do I think it was a money grab? I don't think it was looked at that way. You know what I mean? I think that and here's the other thing that makes this band, and again, what other band has ever done that where all 4 members had the ability to do their own albums and come back?
Zero. No other band that I know of has ever done that. Everything that he says, and 90% of what he says in the video, I completely agree with. It was very ambitious.
Mm.
They were all shipped platinum, which means that Casablanca Records sent out 4 million records that day. I mean, everybody knows that most of them came back or were sold on discount.
I'm just gonna say, like, if you think about it, they're also the only. Again, we do the character thing, but they're the only band that were brands inside their brand.
Yeah. Yeah, they were 4 separate brands. I do think it was ambitious. It for sure was risky. And in some ways it was bizarre. The only thing that I don't agree with him about is that it was a money grab, and he wasn't specific. He didn't say it was a money grab from the band. He said it was a money grab. So if what he meant was that Casablanca was trying to do a money grab, I can't argue with that. If Bill Aucoin looked at it as a money grab, I also can't disagree with that. But what he said, and I don't remember if we've ever discussed this before, and I don't remember if either of us have ever thought this before, but the risky part of that is it was 1978 and the band was starting to move towards having younger fans,
Mm-hmm.
and younger fans have less money. So you are really forcing the fans, just like you alluded to pick their favorite brand.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go when you're 12, you don't go to the record store and buy 4 records. You go and buy 1. So you got to choose which one you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's where maybe it was risky and went wrong for the band, the record company, management, everybody. Is I think they might have thought, well, everybody's going to suck up all 4 of these, and they didn't.
Mm.
They sucked up their favorite member.
Yeah, I mean, what I think, going back to my original point, do I think it's a money grab? I mean, they're in this thing to make money, but I think again, it starts. The band looked at it as a necessity because Ace was looking to leave. I think that their drama that they were dealing with facilitated it more than the money. And then all of a sudden, okay, we're going to do this. Then it became a money grab.
You very well may be right. The Audio Mover video is a very in-depth piece which includes an interesting review of all the albums, so check that out for all the nuggets and tidbits. If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, please leave us a review. And if you just found us, check out our past episodes. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel and you like this episode, please consider hitting the like button, just like that guy. And hit that subscribe button, just like that guy, so you don't miss any future episodes. And check out these episodes right here. As always, if you made it this far, thank you for supporting us. And don't forget, we should all lead with love and think about Ace today. Peace out, Hooligan Nation.